In the Circuit Court for Dixon County, Tennessee at Charlotte, November term, Grand Jury 2022. The grand jurors of Dixon County, Tennessee, duly impaneled, sworn upon their oaths, do present that on or about June 18th, 2022, in Dixon County, Tennessee, and prior to the finding of this indictment, Sharik Marquis Vaughn then and there did unlawfully and willfully drive a motor vehicle upon a public highway in Dixon County, Tennessee, at the time when the privilege of the defendant to do so was canceled, suspended, or revoked in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 5550-504, all of which is against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. And the grand jurors aforesaid, upon their oaths aforesaid, do further present and say that on or about June 18th, 2022, and prior to the finding of this indictment, in the county and state aforesaid, Sharik Marquis Vaughn then and there did unlawfully and knowingly harm or threaten to harm Officer Lindsay Javens by any unlawful act in retaliation for anything Officer Lindsay Javens did in an official capacity in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-16-510, all of which is against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. Signed by W. Ray Crouch, Jr., District Attorney General. You are going to get a snapshot of the incidents that happened on June the 22nd of 2022. The defendant having already pled to driving on revoked, the state will be presenting proof, in our case in chief, only on the charge of retaliation for past action. Now, what you will hear in the proof is that on that night, Officer Javens had a reason to stop and talk to Mr. Vaughn, and that Mr. Vaughn, the defendant, was arrested. You will be able to see the video of when he arrives at the jail and begins to make comments to Officer Javens. You will be able to hear his exact words. It will be up to you to decide exactly what those words are. Some of the ones that will be fairly clear will be, I am a threat for a reason. Okay. When Officer Javens finishes up her paperwork, she needs to retrieve her handcuffs. When an officer arrests a person, those are that officer's handcuffs. And when that person is in the custody of the jail, it's normal that they switch out the handcuffs and put jail cuffs on, and the officer takes their cuffs with them should they need to make any other arrest. It is at that point that Mr. Vaughn is going to begin to become agitated, to become upset. He will state that he does not want this officer, a female, touching him. He will say that if they take the cuffs off, he's going to break her jaw. He will make several comments that you will get to hear while Officer Javens is there. And then later on, you will hear from another officer that will talk about comments later on. And all of those comments taken together will be the state's proof for retaliation for past action, which is the making of a threat against an officer for actions taken in the course of that officer's duty. Are you Corporal Lindsay Javens?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, some people say Javens instead of Javens, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
We are ringing a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Would you spell your first and your last name for our court reporter?
Lindsey. My last name is Javins.
And how are you employed?
Oh, the City of Dixon Police Department.
And were you working for the city in June of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
Since 2017.
And is Dixon Police Department the only law enforcement agency that you've worked for?
No, ma'am. I previously worked for Fairview Police Department.
And on June the 18th of 2022, did you come into contact with the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
And as part of that conduct, did you end up placing him under arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
We are going to focus on the events once he is taken to jail. So are you and he the only ones in your patrol car?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there other officers on scene earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
So once you arrive at the jail, explain to the jury sort of the sally port and how it goes to take someone into the jail.
Yes, ma'am. So whenever you pull into the jail, you drive around the side. There's a front gate. You press a button, tell them what you're there for. They let you in the front gate. And then you go to another gate, and that gate opens. And then you go into a sally port, which is essentially like a kind of like a pull-through garage. And it's a secure area to bring whoever into the jail. So we were in that sally port area. That's essentially like a garage. There's a door right beside where you would park your car to enter into the jail booking area.
On the ride to the jail, was the defendant, describe his demeanor.
On the way to the jail, like when we first started driving to the jail, we had been joking around and talking. We had just had a pretty reasonable conversation at the police department. We were on good terms at that point in time.
Is that unusual when you're transporting someone?
Not usually. I mean, after a point in time, sometimes people will, start having conversation with you. Sometimes people are mad the whole time. It fluctuates.
And did he remain calm or did he become agitated at some point?
He remained calm until we got to the sally port.
What is the first thing that you would pinpoint as him getting agitated?
Whenever he said that my name's not Lindsay, when he was getting out of the car, and then he said that I lied to him like all women do.
And how did it go from there?
So he is stepping out of the car. As he's getting out of the car, he said, "Your name's not Lindsay." And I said, "Yeah, it is Lindsay. My last name is Javens," because our name is on our uniform, and he saw the Javens. I said, "I just typically do first name basis with people because it's easier to remember than Javens. Javens is kind of hard to remember." So he started getting upset about that. He was like, he said that we had made peace, and then I had lied to him, something to that effect of that I lied to him about my name and that we weren't cool anymore, basically. And then as we start to enter into the jail, that is whenever he said, I'm a threat for a reason. I misheard him. So I said, what? You're a what for a reason? Or you know what for a reason? And he said, I'm a threat for a reason.
Is that the only thing he said that gave you concern?
No, ma'am.
Now, I'm going to pass up in just a minute a disc and ask you if you recognize it and give the jury an opportunity to view the video. But could you hit some of the high points of why the statements he made that were concerning to you?
So the first one that was bad was whenever the jail staff was trying to take the cuffs off of him. He was upset because I was assisting the jail staff. There was one person on his left arm and there was nobody on his right arm. And there was who I don't even know the jailer's name. I presume him to be newer, kind of inexperienced, and he was standing just directly beside us. He wasn't doing much other than he was about to unlock the cuffs. So whenever Mr. Vaughn started pulling around, I went and grabbed his right arm, so just one officer wasn't assisting. At that point in time, he's upset because I'm touching him, and more deputies come, and whenever other people get there, I step back, thinking that if I'm no longer touching him, it's going to de-escalate the situation. And at that time, he said, when her jaw gets broke, it's your fault. And then he continued, fighting with them. And then a female jailer said, will you stop tensing up? We're trying to take these handcuffs off. And he said, excuse my language, fuck no, I'm gonna beat that bitch up. Something of that effect. Then, probably one of the things that made me feel uneasy the most is after they got the cuffs off, they walked him to the jail doors for the holding area where they were putting him in. And he said, he looked at me and he said, laugh if you want to. You live in Dixon, Fairview, you talk too much, implying that I had told him too much information about myself, because I had told him that I'd previously worked for Fairview Police Department. So he was saying to me that I live in Dixon or Fairview, that I talk too much. So I told him too much information about myself.
Did he make any, did he call you by name during any of these threats?
During the actual threats, no. At one point, he did call me by name during the incident inside the jail, yes.
Was anything in his body language suggestive of who he was talking to?
Absolutely. There in several times he was speaking.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
Restate your question.
I asked if there was anything in his body language that indicated to whom he was addressing with his threats.
Overrule the objection. She can testify about what she observed and what, that led her to believe, but that goes to the jury to determine whether or not that's reasonable interpretation for what she saw.
Officer, was there anything in his body language that indicated to who he was speaking about?
Yes, ma'am. So whenever he was speaking and he would say her, he was leaning towards my direction. One time he even looked at me. And there's another time that he's walking towards my direction and staring me down right before another officer grabbed him.
I'm going to pass up a disc. We will refer to this as Exhibit 1. Do you recognize what I've just handed you?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
It is the disc that contains my body camera footage from that night.
And have you had an opportunity to review it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a true and accurate reflection of the events as they happened that night?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I would move this in as Exhibit 1.
We'll mark it as Exhibit 1.
And then after the clerk has marked it, I would like to retrieve it. Corporal Javens, did you, and you said that you reviewed it, you actually listened through this a couple of times, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you take the time to prepare a transcript of what you heard on that recording?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, at this point, when I play the body cam, actually, I'll pass up to Corporal, is this the transcript that you prepared?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And to the best of your knowledge, is it a true and accurate reflection of what is on this recording?
Yes, ma'am. There are pieces that I think that is documented on there that it may say like we couldn't understand what he was saying. There's some things that, especially at the end, that you couldn't hear exactly what he was saying whenever he was in the holding cell. There were only a couple comments that you could actually make out. So it doesn't have every single line, but it is pretty accurate to what's on here is what I heard on the video.
Judge, I have previously provided a copy of this to the defense. I would like to move it in as Exhibit 2 and allow the jurors to have a copy as they listen to the recording.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a transcript. This witness is prepared based on her interpretation of what you're about to see and hear on this recording. It is up to you to compare that to what you hear on that to determine whether or not that is an accurate transcription.
You wanna get out this way or on that end? Whichever one's easiest for you.
Your name ain't Lindsay.
That's my first name. My last name's Javens, Javins.
So you just lying to me like all women.
My name is Lindsay.
I just gave you respect. I'm taking it.
Lindsay Javens. Look, I try to be like first name basis with people. Lindsay's way easier to remember than
What you
Javens.
supposed to do?
Yeah, like Lindsay's.
Same way y'all got me last time on the lawsuit. You're straight.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna meet you first. I'm gonna let you know.
There's no
Don't play
reason
with
for
nobody
that.
that's peaceful. You better get you.
I'm not playing with nobody who's peaceful. I was being peaceful until you wouldn't get out of the car.
Disrespectful as I was.
Come on, man.
I'm a threat, though.
Come on,
I
man.
am a threat for a reason.
What?
I'm a threat for a reason.
You know what for a reason?
I am a threat.
Oh, you are a threat?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't know how you mean that, but okay. What did I lie to you about? I'm not playing with
I
you.
don't trust women for a reason, but I'm for real.
I don't trust people that don't listen to me. I've never given them. Look, how are you going to tell me we made peace and then start being mean
No, I'm
again?
just letting you know. I'm just letting you know who I am. It ain't no threat, not my kid.
You kind of just threatened me, but it's
Okay, you
cool.
want to, I'm sure on none of it. Feelings don't feel up your stomach. What they were doing. Fuck feelings. That's what involved the whole array, is your feelings.
All right.
An hour, we won't know really anything
Mr.
about
Vaughn,
it.
I gotta leave.
Lindsay, if that's your real name, you don't lie to me. I don't talk about fucking women for a reason. I thought you.
Take the cuffs off. I need my. Get this fucking guy. I'm leaving.
Yeah, you can call them, and then have them work just right, and they might have some other things to give you, but otherwise, I would just call back in about a half hour.
Oh, what?
Alright, listen, I'm just talking about, listen, you won't be cordial, we'll be frank.
Well, because that's my stuff. I need my
I
stuff.
don't trust her.
That's her cuffs.
Bro, I will put myself in your custody and we can go to this cell together. She needs to be away from me. I'm asking you not to take these cuffs off.
Mr.
Until I
Vaughn,
get away from her. Me and you can walk over there. Leave, you tell her to leave me alone. I'm not gonna
however
cause
you
you
want to do
any
it.
trouble.
I
Fuck
just
the
need this
rest.
shit so I can go.
Fuck the rest.
I need to.
Play with me if you want to and find out.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and get the keys. No, you're not gonna move, I'm gonna remove these cuffs off you. Stop pulling back now.
Pull it back. Why is she touching me? A female shouldn't be
Stop
touching me.
moving now!
A female shouldn't be touching me, bro. Look, I'm scared. I'm in fear for my life. She should not be touching me.
Hey,
Alright?
nobody wants to hurt you.
Why is she touching me? I don't trust her.
Listen to
Get her
me.
off of me.
I hear you.
Please get her off of me.
Nobody wants to hurt you, just go with the flow.
So with the flow, get her off of me. I need her touching me. Y'all can handle me. I said I wouldn't.
Nobody's touching you anymore.
Stop pulling back now!
Fucking touch me.
She's not touching you!
She fucking touch me.
She's not touching you right now.
She's not touching you anymore.
Not touching me.
Relax,
She's not touching you.
relax.
Her hands are off you right now.
I just told you I would. I ain't gonna give you no problem. She ain't got no goddamn reason to touch me. When our dog get broke, it's your fault. Give a fuck about the law.
Sorry. Hey, we're trying to get the cuffs off you. Can you stop tensing up, please?
Fuck no, because I'm gonna beat that bitch up. Dead on it. Y'all think everybody playing. You laughing. You live in Dixon, Fairview, you talk somewhere. You get some problems. When you shake me up here.
I'm sorry. He just wants to act bad since he's in here. He's perfectly fine the rest of the time. Just trying to act hard. Here's his copies right here.
Thank you. That's all he had, was just whatever was on. Just shoes.
That's all I had. Didn't have anything else. Original call for domestic. He was threatening to kill his kid.
These comments taken as a whole, did you mention this to another officer?
Yes, ma'am.
And that officer encouraged you to document these?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did he encourage you to document these?
He encouraged me to document the information.
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
Overruled.
Why did he encourage you to document these?
He encouraged me to document it in my report just in case any further action happened, as if he did try to retaliate against me, did try to assault me or anything like that. Say if I, saw him out in public somewhere.
Let's talk about assault. You did not seek charges for him on assault that night.
That's correct.
And that's because he didn't hit you that night.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is a different legal charge than the retaliation.
Yes, ma'am.
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Sustained. Don't lead the witness.
The charges of assault and retaliation, do those have separate elements?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further.
Mr. Vaughn, do you have the right to cross-examine the witness? Do you wish to ask any questions?
Yes, sir, I do. Good afternoon. Is it Corporal Javens?
Javens.
Javens, sorry about that. Is this this is a testimony you wrote, correct?
That is, yes, sir.
Here,
That
here,
is-
I would say it's a testimony, but it's what I wrote, yes.
Okay. This was because the video was, it was difficult for you to hear, correct? The reason you wrote this?
I wrote it out for myself and then I shared it with Miss Bryson, or General Bryson, sorry.
So you needed to recall it better for the jury, correct? Yes?
No, sir, I remembered what happened.
You, how long ago was this?
In 2022.
Okay, you remember what happened. Are you sure you didn't just write this out because you forgot what happened and you just wanted to, I'm brain farting here, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, you wrote this out so that you wouldn't forget what happened for the jury, correct?
I wrote it out while I was reviewing my video. I think that it's important that I did that because there were a lot of direct statements that were made that I think the accuracy is important.
Okay, so you remember it from the video or you have firsthand knowledge?
Yes, sir, from the video.
Oh, okay. So you only remember the threat for retaliation from the video? Or, I mean, because let me ask you this instead. So you arrested me for retaliation. No, you didn't. I was charged with retaliation, correct? Retaliation and past act.
Yes, sir, that was presented to a grand jury and it came back with true bill.
So that wasn't the original charge, was it? That the reason I was arrested and taken to the jail, was it?
No, you were taken to jail for a different reason.
Okay. And you didn't charge me that night with retaliation or past act, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Did I tell you that I was scared of women at any time during the traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
I did. Did you believe that to be true?
Not entirely, no, sir.
Oh, so you took it as joking or lying per se?
I didn't believe that you were scared of all women, no, sir.
Okay. Was there another female jailer present who had her hands on me at the time when these statements were made? When they were trying to remove the cuffs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you didn't never hear me say your name at all or direct that towards you, that I want to do anything to you?
You looked at me and you said, Lindsay, if that's what your name is, because you were upset because you thought I lied to you. And then during that time, between the two threats of breaking my jaw and beating me up, you called me a lying ass hoe or lying ass bitch, one of the two.
Ladies and gentlemen, for further explanation, Mr. Spratt was appointed by this court as advisory counsel. He is not participating on an active basis, but he's there to give advice because of the fact that Mr. Vaughn had requested to be able to represent himself. So.
Okay, in the video we just watched, I'm sorry, your name is Miss Javens. No, Javens, you got to keep forgiving me for that. I'm horrible with names.
You're fine. Last name is Javens.
Javens, okay. The video we just watched, you said he's trying to act bad because he was in there before and he was perfectly fine the whole time. You said that, right?
At the end, I made a comment that you were acting different than you were before we got to the jail. Absolutely.
You were laughing too also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So felt no threat at the time at all that night, did you?
Threats were made to me. Yes.
So you didn't feel threatened,
I did feel threatened.
but you're laughing during feeling threatened?
I think that a part of my job, we are frequently faced with fear that we don't show. I've been faced with life and death situations and I didn't show fear.
So you had no threats or interactions with me since then?
The only interaction I've had with you since then is in court.
I think this would be safe to say that I feel like these charges were a retaliation from you instead of from me due to the fact that you arrested me for illegally. Would you agree?
Mr. Vaughn, you are making a statement rather than asking a question. It has to be in the form of a question. You'll be allowed to testify if you choose to do so, but this must be in the form of a question for this witness.
Okay. Would you say that the original arrest was illegal?
No, sir.
What was your original charges you arrested me for?
Originally, you were charged with resisting arrest, stop, halt, frisk.
Hold on just a second, please. Ladies and gentlemen, step across the way, please. Okay, we're walking a fine line. You've asked her a question about the original arrests. The original arrests were for driving on a revoked license, third offense, and for the second count, which the court, I think, the state resisting arrest, which I think the state had acknowledged. My concern is that opening the door to the evidence coming in about you're having two prior, being driving on a revoked license, third offense, and that's why I wanted to caution Corporal. I just want you, if you can answer his question about driving on a revoked license, just don't add the third offense part.
Okay.
Is that
Yes,
all
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then that's the only thing. Any objection to any of that? Step back and talk to your advisory counsel. Mr. Spratt, I'm going to give you some leeway and from these, but I'm not going to keep delaying this trial for you two to confer. So make it quick. Understand, and that's why I'm simply advising you both. I'll give you an opportunity to consult. That's what elbow counsel or advisory counsel does. But there is a point where it's delaying the trial, and we're not going to continue to allow that to keep happening if it's going to be. That's fine. As I say, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's already almost 2:30 in the afternoon. So, what happened to our district attorney? All right, gentlemen, we're ready for the jury.
Yes, Judge.
Bring the jury in.
Excuse me, Your Honor, 1 second. I'm aware of the charges that I'm being charged with, and I don't want to hinder her from responding to my questions. I mean, they're going to have to know that what I'm arrested for anyways.
It's your decision as to how you ask. I'm just wanted to make clear that what you're opening the door for, and you go for it. You ask whatever questions you feel like you want. You've got counsel that's advised you, and now you're ready to go. I just was trying to take a head count. All right, I guess I could just count the empty chairs instead of the heads. All right, Mr. Vaughn, we are ready for you to continue your line of questioning.
Okay. What was the original reason you arrested me?
Resisting and driving on revoked.
Okay. Was was one of those charges dismissed?
The state elected to not proceed forward with one of them, yes.
Okay. Do you believe that I really was resisting that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ron, I would like to play some video footage.
Briefly,
Sir?
if you need to consult, is that what you're saying?
No, I want to play some video
Oh,
footage.
you want to play the video?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Spratt can assist you in that.
All right, we're pulling into Jello Junior now. Hello.
What you doing?
Good. How about I come back here and talk to me real quick, man?
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle until you tell me the reason.
Well, we got a call that there's a domestic, so I just want to talk
A
to you
call
about
for a
what's going.
domestic,
Yeah.
what makes a domestic?
I got you. Somebody just called. Let me come back here and talk to you real quick. We'll talk about
I
it.
can't step out of the vehicle until I
You
committed a crime.
can't.
I reserve all my rights.
All right, well, let me tell you this. So Pennsylvania versus Mims case law says anytime I tell you to step out of the car, you step out
But I
of the
know,
car.
but you also know. that,
Case
like,
law says,
hold on,
no.
I'm gonna let
Case
you
law
speak.
says if I tell you to get out of the car, you get out of the car.
Can I have a
So
male, can
get
I
out
have
of the
supervisor
car.
come to the room?
Well, they're coming. You're
Can
gonna get out of the
no,
car when I
I don't
ask
feel
you
comfortable
to.
right now because as a female person, it's a male domestic. I've been in this
I'm
3
not.
times.
I'm just trying to talk to you.
Okay.
You're making this a thing.
No, I'm not.
Step it up for me. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to you separately, okay? That's how I want to do it. That's how we do domestics. We're going to talk to you separately. That's how we're going to go. So I'm going to get
Hold
you to
on,
step
hold
out of the car.
on.
Look, this is
Am I
go
under
one
arrest?
You're going to step out because I'm telling you to step out
Where am I
now.
gonna stand and am I under arrest
Step it
before I
up
step
for
out of
me.
my private vehicle?
You're not under arrest right now. I just need to
Then I
talk to
have no
you.
reason to step out. I'm still not under arrest.
Step out. You're going to go to jail for resisting.
I asked
The
you-
second I put my hands on you and you don't get out of this
I
car,
asked you
you're
a
going to
question.
go
You
for
did not answer
resisting.
it correctly. You know this.
There ain't nothing about it. I just
If
told
I'm
you.
not under
I just
arrest, then you
told
have no
you.
reason to touch me.
Case law says if I tell you to get out of
It's
the car,
not
you
about
get out of the car.
case- if you say I'm
It
under
is.
arrest,
Get
I-
out of the car. Come on.
Hold on.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I told you to get out. Get out of the car. Get out.
Wait, hold on. Grab that before you
You're
touch
good.
me.
You're good. I ain't worried about that. Come back here and talk to me. Stop making this a thing.
Is that a male in that car?
Yes,
I don't
there's
want, no.
two males in that car.
Look, I want a
Go
male
up
to
here.
touch me. Please stop touching me.
Go up here. Go up here.
I want a male to touch me.
Yeah, there's gonna be a male that's gonna touch you. Put your hands on
Male,
your back.
please touch me. A
There's
male,
gonna
please
be a
touch
male
me.
that's gonna touch
A
you.
male, please touch me.
All right.
There are no females to touch me.
Dude, chill out.
See, you're being disrespectful.
You've
I'm not
been disrespectful since I
I
walked
asked
up
you,
here.
am I under arrest? You said no. It ain't no shut up. Am I under arrest? If you said no, then why am I
Did I
detained?
tell you to get out of the car? Did I
That
tell
is
you to
not-
get out of the car?
Am I
Did
under
you get
arrest?
out?
Am I under arrest?
Did I tell you? Now you are.
I reserved
Now you
my
are.
rights.
Now you're going
reserved all my
for
rights.
resisting at minimum because I told you to get out of the car. You didn't get out of the freaking car. How many times did I tell you to get out of the car?
No, you're not.
No, he's not. No, you're not.
Right now, I think.
All right, ma'am. You step out and talk me away from the kids, please.
Yeah, we were just arguing.
I got
We've been
you.
together 15 years.
I got you. Well, there's enough that's already. Listen.
For the record, we have stopped at time signature 20:53:54.
Okay. Are you familiar with the de-escalation process?
The de-escalation process.
Process or policy? Yes.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Do your department have a de-escalation process or policy?
We're trained on de-escalation, yes.
Okay. Would you give me some idea what that looks like, or from your training? What did they teach you to how to de-escalate a situation?
It varies upon circumstances and what's going on. I think that talking to people, I feel like it's a de-escalation tactic of talking to people like, hey man, come out here and talk to me real quick so we can talk about what's going on. That, explaining to people their legal obligation to do something and giving them prior warning of, if I have to put my hands on you, you're going to jail for resisting. I think all of those things give, de-escalation works two ways. Gives that person a chance to begin to comply.
Okay. You just stated that citing their legal obligation to do something, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you cited Men's versus Pennsylvania, correct?
Pennsylvania versus Mims, yes, sir.
Okay, so you're familiar with that case law, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you're not familiar with Pass Act retaliation? That is a statute that you can charge somebody with?
What are you asking?
I believe earlier you stated that you didn't have knowledge of what the charge was, but you just took note of it in case something happened.
I took note of the threats. If you're referring to the last motion hearing that we had, when I said I was unaware that that was a thing, I was unaware that it was applicable to law enforcement. I didn't realize that we were covered under that statute. I thought that it was applicable for judges and DAs and things like that,
Yeah,
or positions like that, I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just finding it funny that you're familiar with case law, but not with it.
If we could keep to questions instead of statements.
You're making statements, Mr. Vaughn. Sustain the
Okay,
objection. You may only ask questions.
Okay. Let me see. Did I have a seatbelt on that night?
Yes, sir.
Did I have a knife or anything else on me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I give you the knife?
You told me the knife was in your pocket, and I took it out and put it in the car before you got out.
Do you think that was a wise thing for me to do? To let you know I had a weapon on me?
I appreciated that.
Okay. Did that make you feel at ease? You wasn't feeling threatened any type of way?
I appreciated that you told me you had a knife on you, so we could remove that from your pocket, yes.
Okay. When you're arresting someone, is it procedure for you to tell them to shut up?
Tell people to shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not typically something that I do, but in the heat of the moment, I may say things that typically aren't said.
Okay, so the heat of moment, would you mean like you were agitated maybe?
I wouldn't say I was agitated. I was at a different level than somebody who would have complied and got out of the car and just sorted things out when I first asked them to.
Would you please elaborate on a different level, please?
A different level as in my senses were heightened that something else might be going on, that something's wrong. I have those officer safety concerns in mind because you weren't acting like the typical person does whenever you make a stop and you say, hey, come out here and talk to me for a minute. That's typically not the response that we get.
Okay. Oh, here's one more question. I think we asked this before, but just for the record, for the jury's ears too. What was the original call? What was your reason for pulling me over?
The original reason was for domestic. They called in and said that you were threatening to kill the female and the children. That person was so concerned about those threats, they even came to the scene to speak with me because she was so concerned.
Okay. I ask you next. And that's the charge you didn't charge me with, correct?
No, sir, you were not charged for domestic.
Okay. I have some more videos I want to play, Your Honor. We can move forward.
What videos are those?
I have actually off the same video. I got different parts of it I want to play for the jury.
All right. Mr. Pratt, are you
Yes,
going to assist you in that?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he's got some marked, and I'll flow with him and let you know for the record where we're at.
What?
So, Your Honor, for the record, we're starting back at 20:55 and 57 seconds. 20:55 and 57 seconds on the timestamp.
it's not besides the point when I'm in fear.
All right, man. Well,
I'm in fear of females because look, in 2015, 5 females showed up to the scene.
bro, come on now.
Will
Stop
you please
that.
let me speak?
Stop that.
You have
Stop
not
all
been where I've been.
that.
I don't know you. You're a new buddy.
Stop all
I'm not,
that.
no disrespect to new buddy. I've been doing this for years.
Okay, so
No disrespect.
what happened at Walmart? Why aren't people
All I
calling?
told her was shut up. I got a phone call with people that are very dangerous telling me that my baby mama had her mouth open on their situation. I said, baby, you cannot talk. And she's still cussing me. She's doing everything. Look, shut up, shut up, shut up. All I repeat it.
Yeah.
I've been with her for 15 years. She still ain't learned shit up. I don't ever put my hands on her. I don't ever do anything. Look, I just bought that for her. It ain't even her birthday.
I didn't say you put your hands
I'm
on
scared
it.
of females. I'm just gonna let you know because females make situations worse.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you
did
heard
say-
me keep asking for
But it
help.
sounds like you made the situation worse by yourself whenever
No,
I told you to get out of the damn car.
but
and you
you're a
wouldn't get out of the
female.
car. Yeah, I tell you to get out of the car and you wouldn't get out of the car.
I will-
That's the bottom line. I explained to you. I explained to you the law. I explained to you. If I tell you to
Listen,
get out of the
man.
car,
Listen, man. When it comes to life,
that's the
law
problem is
means
you
nothing.
think. Oh, I'm sorry.
When it comes
sorry
to
you
my
feel that way.
life, I'm sorry, but when it comes to my life,
Okay, and that's why you go to
I've
jail.
heard that before.
Okay, and that's how you go to jail. Is if you don't follow the rules, then you go to fucking jail.
Your Honor, for the record, we've stopped at 20:57 and 21 seconds.
All right.
Okay, my next question would you be, all right, so would you consider this an investigation still into the domestic at this point in the video?
I had spoken to the female about the incident. I was attempting to speak to you about the incident, and if I'm not mistaken, it continues. And you said that, no, you just told her to shut up.
What I'm asking is this considered an investigation at this point in the video? This is what you're doing, correct?
Looking into the domestic, yes, sir.
Okay, are interrupting people while they're speaking, is that part of your training? Because you walked up in the video when I was talking and just started cutting
Judge,
people off.
again, questions, not statements.
The objection is to the to the fact that you're not asking questions, you're making statements. I sustain the objection.
Is interrupting people while they're speaking part of your training?
No.
Okay, I believe we just seen that in the video, correct?
Interrupting you from speaking to the other officers, is that what you're speaking of?
To them, including you?
No, that's not something that they train us on.
Okay. What about profane language?
No, they don't train us on that either.
I believe you just said in the video, you're going to fucking jail, did you not?
I believe so.
Okay. What about the response? It doesn't matter what you think. Is this the proper response to people when you're investigating a domestic?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
Six minutes, 31 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely in there.
I'm not 100% sure what that was in response to, sir.
I believe we can play the rest of that video now, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, let's talk about that. Watching steer this trial was like watching someone referee a courtroom storm, threats, denials, legal sparring, while keeping the focus squarely on credibility and the law. The case centered on indicted for driving on a revoked license and for retaliation against Officer Lindsay Javens. The state's theory was straightforward. After Vaughn was arrested in June 2022, he became agitated at the jail and made threats toward Javens, including, "I'm a threat for a reason," and "when her jaw gets broke, it's your fault." Prosecutors argued these comments, captured on Bodycam, showed retaliation for actions Javens took in her official capacity. Javens testified that Vaughn had been calm at first, even joking on the ride, but grew upset when she clarified her name. In the Sally Port, he accused her of lying, said he didn't trust women, and began escalating. Javens described him resisting during cuff removal, threatening to break her jaw, calling her a lying-ass bitch, and later saying she talked too much about where she lived, comments that made her feel directly targeted. Vaughn, himself with advisory counsel, cross-examined aggressively. He suggested Javens only remembered details from rewatching Bodycam, pressed her on whether he ever named her directly during threats, and argued he told officers he was afraid of women. He even flipped the script, saying the retaliation charge felt like her revenge for what he called an illegal arrest. Judge Wolfe let him push but drew lines, reminding him to phrase arguments as questions and warning him when he risked opening the door to prejudicial evidence, like prior convictions. Bodycam video became ICs. Jurors heard Vaughn argue with Javens in the car, refuse to exit, and repeatedly insist only a male officer touch him. They also heard him curse, resist, and escalate inside the jail, with lines like, "Fuck no, I'm gonna beat that bitch up," when asked to stop tensing. Vaughn later tried to frame these as heat-of-the-moment words tied to fear, not genuine threats. Judge Wolfe's role throughout W procedural. He overruled and sustained objections carefully, clarified the elements of retaliation versus assault, and reminded jurors that transcripts of the body cam were only one witness's interpretation. They had to rely on their own ears. He allowed Vaughn space to challenge, even to play extra footage himself, but kept the trial on track, emphasizing law and evidence over theatrics. What stood out was the clash of perspective. The threats felt real and personal, amplified by Vaughn's body language and repeated fixation on her. For Vaughn, they were exaggerated, pulled from frustration, and weaponized against him by a system he claimed was already targeting him. Wolfe didn't lean into drama. He let both sides build their cases, ensuring jurors had the testimony, video, and law needed to decide whether Vaughn's words crossed into criminal retaliation. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.